Hey, what's up guys? LittleKuriboh here, still on Duelist Kingdom on December the 6th. I've heard a lot of rumors saying that I'm not actually on Duelist Kingdom, and that's just a green screen with a still image pasted on it. I'm sorry, but I have to call nonsense on that. I'm totally really here. You see over there where those guys are in the background? Watch this. Hey mate, how's it going?
Going pretty good, how about you?
Doing good. How's about that, non-believers? Welcome to another episode of Desert Island Decks, which is a series that involves me opening a different booster pack every day, choosing one card from the pack and using that in my deck to challenge Maximilian Pegasus in the totally real, totally authentic Duelist Kingdom finals that I'm totally gonna be part of. It's gonna be sweet. I'm gonna beat that snappily dressed bastard Pegasus, cause he's a bastard. This is a series I'm doing in conjunction with MasakoX and his girlfriend Philly, who are doing their own booster pack opening. I think they're called booster packs over there, but they're doing Dragon Ball themed ones every day leading up to the 25th. And it's pretty sweet, you should go check them out. But as for me, I'm opening Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs, because that's my gimmick. And this time we've got another familiar face, Spirit Warriors. Ooh, spooky. I'm scared. It's ghosts. Ghosts. I think Spirit Warriors gave me my favorite card so far. I think it gave me that steel scrapyard scarecrow. It's just like if Iron Man were a scarecrow. It's pretty badass if you ask me. So hopefully this one will give us something at least as cool as a scarecrow made out of spare parts. Let's see what we got here. Oh, what have we got? Okay, right off the bat, we've got a trap card, Battle Guard Howling. That would have come in handy yesterday when I was being attacked by wolves. Would have served as a good distraction. That wasn't fun, by the way. I had to distract the wolves by pointing at another group of children playing a card game and say, look over there, those guys are much more tasty. And there's more of them. What does this do? When a warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack, do I have a warrior monster? I don't know. Or by an opponent's monster effect, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the face-up monster you targeted with this card, and if you do, return it to the hand. Return it to the hand. Timely reference. What is this? I recognize this monster on the card from somewhere. I want to say it's from one of the classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I could be wrong. I don't think I have a warrior monster. I know the Fox Lady was a beast warrior, but I don't think that counts. Let me know in the comments if I'm completely wrong about things. Like I need to encourage you to do that, right? Oh hey, the Weather Auroral Canvas. It came back. I got another one. So hey, I mean, if you want to know what this card does, I'll tell you, but you should be familiar with it if you've been watching this series. The weather affects monsters in your main monster zones of this card's column, and its adjacent columns gain this effect. When exactly one card is added to one player's hand, except during the damage steps, you can banish this card, banish the added card, and if you do, the player draws one card. So you can basically use this to stop people from drawing a card, if you suspect that it's something you don't want to deal with. I could be wrong about that. I think that's how it works. But yeah, it seemed pretty handy, honestly, and I only skipped over it because we had the bloody scrapyard skeleton. Skeleton? Scarecrow. So now it has another chance. It's re-auditioning for my deck. Magical Musketeer Kid Brave. This guy looks like McCree on Halloween. It's a fiend monster. Its attack is 1600 and defense 200. During either player's turn, you can activate magical musket, spell, or trap cards from your hand. If a spell or trap card is activated in this card's column, you can discard one magical musket card, draw two cards. You can only use this effect of Magical Musketeer Kid Brave once per turn. I just want to play a video game starring this guy, but he's got a cool design. Speaking of Magical Musket, the next one is the spell card Magical Musket Steady Hands, which shows a sniper, an old sniper, with, I assume this was a cigarette in his mouth, but they've replaced it with some sort of pink or purple candy cane item. I'm not making this up. They've replaced a cigarette with something here. I like it because he's called Magical Musket, which presumably means he's firing a musket, but it looks like a sniper rifle. Who's he shooting? This is like if Tom Berenger were a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Target one magical musket monster you control. Its attack or defense become double its original attack and defense until the end of this turn. It cannot attack directly during the turn you activate this card. You can only activate one magical musket steady hands per turn. So this spell card is basically the equivalent of pressing the R3 button when you're playing Metal Gear Solid and you're using the sniper scope. That's probably too specific a reference for half of you. This is a spell card equivalent of holding a gun steady, hence the name. I don't think this is very useful for me, but I just love that he's got a massive like purple lollipop in his mouth or something. Is he smoking a cigarette in the original art? Because it totally looks like he should be. I really have to murder people, but I also love candy. The trifecta, Magical Musket Last Stand. The trap card. Character just shooting laser guns in the air like a ton of off laser guns. That's insane. Who is he even shooting at? I like to think he's shooting at Rescue Hamster. And I think it's shiny. I could be wrong. I think when it looks all glossy like that, that means it's shiny. You're gonna have to educate me. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a magical Munskit? When you control a magical monster, Hyman. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. You can only activate one magical musket last stand per turn. Again, as I've said, this would be great if I had a magical musket monster in my deck, which I would have if I put this cool looking guy in my deck, but I don't want to do that just because I'm not going to be able to use these. So by default, I'm going to go with the weather card. And now, the weather. The weather auroral canvas. Yeah, this is a runner-up from a previous video, and now it gets to go in my deck because I got it again. That's a pretty cool turn of events. That's 6 cards in what will ultimately be a 25-card deck. And I know what you're saying, because you've said it before, you're supposed to have 40 cards in a deck. But Pegasus doesn't need to know that. He is a bastard. He's a greasy, glowy bastard. Shout out once again to all of our Patreon pledges. We really appreciate support. You guys make it possible for us to do this. It really, I can't stress that enough, would not be able to do what I'm doing right now without you guys helping us. Thank you so much. Also wouldn't be able to do this without having it be the brainchild of MasakoX and Philly over at MasakoX's channel, so please go check them out. Why don't you pop on over to his newest video and tell him that I said, what's it like in civilization right now? Because I don't know. Stuck on an island. I'll catch you next time. Say goodbye, mate.